Now we have for you a very special address from Ms. Michelle Donelan, U.S. Secretary of State for Digital, Culture, Media and Sport. I would request everyone to please be seated. She's responsible for the United Kingdom's digital strategy, including regulation and digital markets, tech policy, the UK's Office for AI, online safety, digital infrastructure, telecom, data policy, and cyber. Please give her a round of applause.
Namaste. And thank you for inviting me to be part of the Carnegie Global Tech Summit. I am really sorry that I could not be there in person, but thanks to the power of tech, I'm able to stream into the conference from over 4,000 miles away. As we all know, technology has transformed our world, our society, our economy, and as the theme of this summit recognises, our geopolitics. And I am confident that that tech will only deepen the UK and India's ties. And that is for two reasons really. First, it is because India is a huge global player in the digital space. In fact, you have a thriving digital economy and a home to the biggest social media base in the entire world. India has more people on social media, around 500 million, than Twitter has users in the globe. So, your country has great influence to shape the global future of tech. And the second reason that tech is going to strengthen our relationship is because the UK government is absolutely determined to use our international influence to make sure that the digital world reflects our values, and as the largest democracy in the world, we need India to help us in that task. With tech transforming our way of life, we need to make sure that it remains a force for good, that it is used around the world to improve people's lives, not restrict them, that it is a force for freedom and democracy, not coercion or control. Next year, we'll be publishing an international technology strategy that will set out our vision. And naturally, we want to work with close allies like India to achieve those aims, particularly as you head into your G20 presidency. Our two countries have already vowed to collaborate closely on digital technology and cyber as part of the UK-India Strategic Partnership and 2030 Roadmap, which was agreed by our respective Prime Ministers in May 2021. In April, my predecessor and her Indian counterpart, Minister Vainshaw, moved a step further in that partnership when they signed a joint declaration of intent on digital and tech. And as part of that, we'll be launching a strategic tech dialogue to boost our collaboration. And I want to say a few words today about 4 key areas where we can deepen our engagement. The first is data. Data is the fuel of the modern economy. Some say that data is the new oil, but it's much more interesting than that. Oil can only be used once, and of course for one purpose, whereas data can be used and shared infinitely without losing its value. Trillions and trillions of gigabytes travel around the world every single day, powering our businesses, our scientists, our schools, and our hospitals. I want to see the UK and India working closely together to realise all the benefits that the flow of data has to offer while ensuring continued data protection rights. The second area is telecoms, and specifically the issue of supply chain diversification. Over the last few years, we have seen the problems that arise when we do not have enough players in the telecoms market. That was something that the UK had to address through our rollout of 5G, and it is why we launched an ambitious diversification strategy. We are doing lots of work in the UK, but this is a global problem, and so it requires global solutions. And given the strength of our respective telecom sectors, I believe that a close India-UK partnership could play a defining role in tackling it. So, data, telecoms, the third area is cyber. Given that we live out a huge amount of our lives now online, we have to make sure that we are keeping our citizens safe and secure as they do so. And we know that India is home to a vast cyber and tech community, and so we want to use your expertise to improve the security of our apps, devices, and other digital services. we also need to tackle challenges that both our countries face, which is, of course, the severe shortage in cyber skills. That means working together to understand how we can encourage more people to consider a career in cyber and make sure cyber qualifications are high quality and globally recognised. And finally, and perhaps most importantly, I want to finish by talking about online safety. This is an area where the UK has led the way internationally, setting a blueprint that we do hope other countries will follow. In the next few weeks, the Online Safety Bill will return to the UK's Parliament. This is a pioneering piece of legislation that will force social media companies to protect their users, particularly children, whilst also respecting core rights like freedom of expression. It will make the UK the safest place in the world to go online. But tech is global by its very nature, and I want to work together as an international community to protect users everywhere, whether they're in New Delhi or London or Sydney or Seoul. So those are the key 4 areas for us to explore as India heads to its G20 presidency. You have already said that you will put tech at the heart of your presidency, and I look forward to seeing what you can achieve and what we can achieve together during your tenure in the years to come. In the meantime, I hope that you have a fantastic summit, and thank you for inviting me to be part of it.